How do you think Filipinos should be taking and looking at the mining industry?
I'm so glad you asked that, because as soon as President Marcos signaled that the moratorium on mining rights would be lifted, there has been a great amount of interest shown in this sector. I mean, only 5% of your natural resources have been exploited so far. But of course, as President highlighted, it's really important that it's done in a sustainable way and that profits are shared, broadly with the community and with Indigenous communities that are often affected. Well, guess what? In Australia, we have exactly the same setting. A lot of the mining companies have to work with our own Indigenous communities that are traditional owners of this land often, and actually come up with a plan that ensures sustainability and rehabilitation of the mines. So to make the most of it, Robbie, I actually led a mining mission to Western Australia from the Philippines, and this delegation was on the inaugural flight to Perth. And as part of the delegation, we had Secretary Solidum from the Department of Science and Technology, because he's always looking at technology and how that can be used to further enhance your industries. We also had Undersecretary Kuna from Department of Environment and Natural Resources, who's responsible for regulation of your mining sector, along with 10 mining companies and mining industry representatives from the Philippines. It was such a successful mission. We took them to WA. We got them to talk to the Western Australian government that does regulation and enforcement. And they were talking about tenure, they were talking about rehabilitation and how funds were created where the mining companies put in money for rehabilitation purposes. They were talking about enforcement of their regulation. They met with Australian mining companies that were on the ground, and we even actually went and checked out one of the super pit, it's called, open pit mining sites in Kalgoorlie, and spoke to the community leaders about how they were making use of these mining activities for the longevity and the prosperity of their towns. I mean, it was such rich conversation, it was amazing.